Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 6. We will do presentation about past tense. Next slide. But first, I want to introducing our members of group 6. First, as myself, Fariza Dia Kusuma. Second, Rian Maulana Gibran. Third, Firman Setia. Fourth, Mutiara Zalistia Zahra. 5, Raihan Setia Gilbransa. Next slide. Past tense. What is past tense? Past tense is a simple verb form that used to describe an event in the past. The function of past tense is to describe or tell the past experience or accident. Next slide. English has two types of verb in past tense. There is a regular verb and irregular verb. Regular verb is at plus ed. For example, study being studied, play being played, watch being watched. Irregular verb is verb 3. For example, write being wrote, buy being bought, fly being flown. There is 4 overview of past tense. First, simple past tense. Second, past continuous tense. Third, past perfect tense. And fourth, past perfect continuous tense. For the next slide, will be continued by my friend.
Okay, thank you, Fariza. Now, I will explain about simple past tense. What is simple past tense? Simple past tense is usually used to express a work that already done. It means the use of verb in past tense sentences is usually in the form of verb to. Except to convey negative or interrogative sentences. The function of simple past tense. We have a 3 function of simple past tense. The first function is to describe events in the past and have been complete at a specified time. Example for first function is I sent the package yesterday. Second function is to tell an event that starts and ends in the past and usually has duration. For example, Kia moved to New York since 3 years ago. The last function of simple past tense is to describe actions that were repeated or were habit in the past. For example, she caught the early train every morning. Next. The form sentences of simple past tense have 3 form sentences. It is positive form sentences, negative form sentences, and interrogative form sentences. Number 1 is positive form sentences. The structure of positive form sentences is subject plus verb to plus object and plus adverb time. The example is Tito went to Surabaya last week and she bought a novel yesterday. Negative form sentences. The structure of negative form sentences is subject plus did plus not plus verb 1 plus object and plus adverb time. Example for negative form sentences is Tito did not go to Surabaya last week and she did not buy a novel yesterday. And last is interrogative form sentences. The structure of interrogative form sentences is did plus subject plus verb infinitive plus object plus adverb time and plus interrogative mark. For example, did Tito go to Surabaya last week? And the last is did she buy a novel yesterday? For the next presentation will be presented by my friend Setia.
Thank you, Gibran. All right. For now, I will describe about past continuous tense. What the meaning of past continuous tense? Past continuous tense is a tense that used to express that an action was in progress for a certain time in the past. Next, the function of past continuous tense. First, to describe an finishing action that was interrupted by another event or action. For example, is I was having a beautiful dream when the alarm clock rang. The function number 2 is to express the change of mind. For example, is I was going to cinema yesterday, but I have decided to sleep. 3 is to talk about something that happened over and over again. For example, is she was always repeatedly checking things. Next, the form of past continuous tense. From number 1 is positive, is subject plus be plus present participle. For example, is she was watching movie or they were waiting the bus. Negative, subject plus be plus not a person participle. For example, is she was watching she was not watching the movie. She was not watching movie. Or they were not waiting the bus. 3 is interrogative, is be plus subject plus person participle plus interrogative mark. For example, is was she watching movie or were they waiting the bus? For next slide will be described by my friend Tiara.
Okay, thank you, Stia. So I will describe about past perfect tense. What is past perfect tense? Past perfect tense is a form of the verb used to express that an action was complete at some point in the past before another action occurred. So the function of past perfect tense is the first, to express an action in the past that was complete before another past moment occurred. The example is when Alice came last night, the cake had run out. The second, to show how often something happened in the past. Example, I had read the book 3 times a day. The third, to make reported speech or indirect speech. The example is she said that she had listened carefully the instruction. Here is an example of the form of the past perfect tense. The first is the positive sentence form. The structure is subject plus had plus verb 3. The example is my sister had studied or they had come. The second is the negative sentence form. The structure is subject plus had plus not plus verb 3. The example is my sister had not studied or they had not come. And the last is the interrogative sentence form. The structure is had plus subject plus verb 3 plus interrogative mark. The example is had my sister studied or had they come. The next slide will be presented by my friend Raihan.
Thank you, Tiara. Past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense is a form of verb used to express an action with a certain duration of time that was completed at a certain point in the past. Next slide. The function of past perfect continuous tense. The first, to explain that the action occurs before any other action occurs. Example, when the kids came, their mom had been waiting for 3 hours. The second, to describe the period of an action that occurred in the past specifically. Example, I had been working with my computer for 5 hours, and all I wanted to do was add some chocolate. Next slide. The form sentences. Positive form sentences. Subject plus had plus been plus present participle. Example, Mia had been working, the student had been studying. Negative form sentences. Subject plus had plus not plus been plus present participle. Example, Mia had not been working, the student had not been studying. Interrogative form sentence. Had plus subject plus been plus present participle plus interrogative. Example, had Mia been working? Had the student been studying? Thank you. That's all from us. Thank you for your time. I hope you all enjoy our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.